We have an empty scene in Unity, and in this demo I'm going to try creating a game similar to Superhot, using nothing but prompts. Alright, let's get started. I'll begin by typing exactly what I want into AI Agent. And here's a very important tip. Always remember to mention the rendering pipeline you are using. So I'll provide clear prompt, hit generate and wait for a few minutes. And just like that, it's done. Let me brighten up things a little. We now have our room generated exactly as requested, with obstacles included. Some of these obstacles are static, while others are moving, just like we mentioned in the prompt. Although, I did notice something. One of the obstacles is moving outside of the room. I tried adding collision to it, but for some reason Unity didn't make it collide properly. So instead, I just adjusted its movement range manually. That solved the problem perfectly. Now, the room is functional, but it still looks a little plain, so let's improve it. I'll quickly apply some materials to give it more definition and enable shadows. There we go, much better. The room looks cleaner, more polished, and far more playable now. Alright, the room is ready, so I think we're good with this part. Now let's move on to the player. This time we also want the time mechanism. Once again, I'll be using AI Agent for this. Here's another pro tip. When writing your prompt for player movement, it's good practice to specify whether you want a character controller or a rigid body to be used. Most of the time, if you don't mention it, AI Agent will default to rigid body, so the more details you add to your prompt, the better your results will be. And let's not forget to add Superhot-Style time control. Time should move only when we move and slows down if we don't. Alright, let's generate. And here it is. Our player has been created with all the essential components. Not only that, but AI Agent has also created a gun, object, and bullet objects for us automatically. Now let's make some quick adjustments. I'll make the camera a child of the player so that it follows the player's movements smoothly. I'll also reposition the gun just a little so it looks natural in the scene. AI Agent has left a few empty fields in some of the scripts and components. That's perfectly normal, and it's always a good idea to check the generated objects before hitting play. I'll go ahead and assign the missing values manually. Next, I'll add a separate layer to the bullet so it doesn't overlap with the gun when it spawns. And with that, we're ready to test it. Let's hit play. Perfect. Time slows down whenever the player is not moving and speeds back up when the player moves, exactly like Superhot. Now, there is one small issue. The bullet currently fires from the centre of the screen instead of from the gun. It probably happened because the gun was initially created at the centre of the scene before being repositioned. But no worries, that's an easy fix. You can solve it in less than a minute using the edit script with AI function that comes built into AI agent. It hardly takes a minute to fix. And that's it. We now have a working prototype of a Superhot-Style game. The room, the obstacles, the player, the time control system, the gun, and the bullets, all of it created with nothing but prompts. It's amazing, isn't it? Of course, this is just a prototype, but from here, you can easily take it further